In today's episode of Homestead How, we're going to light one fire in our outdoor wood burner. It's going to burn all winter long. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to take you to our movie theater we recently purchased, our small town movie theater. We have a showing today at 4 p.m., and we're going to show you all of that as well. Let's get started. You gonna break it from Kiwi?
Yeah, you want me to do it?
A piece of bacon from Kiwi. Don't want bacon from Kiwi.
It's been nice knowing you.
All the comments on YouTube about how I'm such an idiot and a moron. I know! And I still don't care. It's fun.
And I gotta live with, oh God. Oof. Oh! Hey, you took it all out here, you dummy. Started right there.
You might want to stand back.
Huh.
It's gonna come right to you.
That's what she said. Holy! There went my eyebrow. And the.
And that's how we start a fire. The Homestead How.
Oh.
The safe and efficient way.
You got the bottom on fire, dummy.
Yeah, that's got to burn some of that old crust off. That's perfectly normal. All right, now we're getting the fire started. I'll show you this here real quick. This is what the side of the unit looks like. Again, there's water up here, all the way through here. These pumps come down. These pumps run 24 hours a day. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this nice little diagram, but it goes into our furnace just like this picture. And there's a sort of like a radiator looking deal. It's just a big coil. And the hot water goes through that coil, and then we simply turn the furnace fan on, and it blows through the hot water coil through the whole system, and we don't have to turn on any propane, natural gas, or oil. That heats our whole house. In addition, it goes through our water pump like this. There's a heat exchanger. The hot water from here comes in contact with the cold water in the water tank, and it heats it up. It transfers it heat to it, and we have unlimited hot water, which is really good with 5 women in the house that take lots of showers. And then, like I said, this unit, I get so many people saying, that's a total waste of time. Why are you doing that? It's so much work. It probably is for a single family home. I'm not trying to sell you one of these. I don't care if you buy one or not. It works for us because we have multiple units. If I had, everyone's like, I would just get a wood stove. I agree if I had a single family home. I'm not going to just get a wood stove if I have a single family home, another single family rental, and then all of our water. How are you going to heat all of that up? And then a workshop. Those are 4 zones, or 4 furnaces we would need. This thing does the work of 4 furnaces. And we have unlimited firewood because we live on 20 acres. If you don't have unlimited firewood and you have to buy it all, this is probably maybe not worth it depending on your situation. So I'm not trying to sell it to you, I'm just telling you what works for us. I really like it because we're off grid. If there's ever some big, huge, who could imagine grid down situation where they can't come fill that propane tank up for me? Show the propane tank.
Okay, dear.
Let's say for some reason we're relying on them to fill the propane tank up. If we couldn't do that, I could still go gather firewood and throw it in here. This does use electricity for this, but I have enough solar and portable power generators with solar panels that recharge them that I could power this off-grid indefinitely. It could always break, I know, it could always break down. People get so mad in the YouTube comments on some of these videos. But yeah, I know it could break down, but I like having an off-grid situation. I don't have to rely on the man. We still do have propane though, and we still do use propane. So we get a couple chilly nights this year. I just used propane in October, a little bit in November, and we heat the house with the propane before firing this up. Now we're getting into the cold season. It's going to be cold for months, so we're going to run this all winter till it gets warm up. This fire will run all winter. Well, I'm not going to come out here and ever light it again. So that extravagant explosion you saw, that's one time, and that's it. This thing will keep going forever and ever. Sorry, Jen, what were you going to say? Let me hold the camera down.
No, I'm good.
Let me?
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I'm good. No.
What? You look fine.
I look.
Okay, stop.
I was just going to say, if you don't have one of these.
If you don't have one of these.
If you don't have one of these.
Ooh, this is a nice looking mirror. Let's see how well it's going to fit. So here we have the mirror installed. I just got to clean up a little bit of my mess. I use the anchors, the screws, just gradual improvements.
Oh my gosh.
It's screwed in there.
Well, that's nice.
So we have that done.
That's really nice.
Now we just got to clean up the mess. So one of the things we've been doing a lot at the theater is just gradually improving things. And a while back we added this mirror in the women's bathroom, which a company sent us. These mirrors are actually really cool. I don't have it in, but you can wire them up and then they'll light up, defrost. That's what living in the country is all about. Get it, Alyssa. It looks like a little golf ball.
I just put it.
Oh, we need to clean this floor. If it runs towards me, I'm gonna start screaming.
Me too.
He's going for the box. He's gonna walk into the box. Talk him into it.
Go in there, little guy. I should make him go in there.
Look how scared he is. Baxter.
Dad, push it up. Push it up.
I'm not doing it.
Push it up. Push it up. Push it up. I'm keeping him.
You're not keeping him. Take him outside.
No, I'm keeping him.
Take him outside, far away. And that, my friends, is how you trap a mouse. The modern day mouse trap. Friday was a super busy and fun day for me. It was also Veterans Day, and before our showtime, I headed over to Crystal's Wood Lake Supper Club in Westfield. This place is amazing, and they are supporting the movie theater. They purchased an ad space for us, so I filmed all of this. This is just a quick intro. We will have a 30-second ad on the big screen for them soon. These are just a few shots I have, but they have a heck of a business there. Some really, really amazing food and service, and I had a fun time there. So watch out for their commercial on the Montello big screen very soon. Tonight at Montello Theater, we're doing an A/B test. We're testing the old popcorn versus the new popcorn, and people get to vote, and whoever we're going to randomly draw, and they'll get some free movie tickets. It's not showing on the camera.
Somebody's coming.
Somebody's coming. We're only going to have one customer. So I'm using this. It's really good exercise. Plus, it's effective. If you're going to make a fire, this is one of the biggest tips I have. Again, we were rookies that came from the city and then became homesteaders and had no idea about any of this. You got to have kindling. You got to start with small pieces. It's tempting to just throw a big chunk like this in and try to light it on fire. It's never going to work. You start out with really small pieces, then you get some medium-sized pieces, and then you get some much larger pieces. That's how you make a fire. We're gonna light one fire in our outdoor wood burner. It's gonna burn all winter long. Sundays are a fun day at the movie theater because I've already seen the movie multiple times, and then right when the movie starts we go into action and I have to put the sign up, which I already prepare the letters for. I have them in the office so I don't have to disturb the audience. The marquee sign, big huge letters, I put that up. Katie and I change the posters, both outside and then the next attraction posters inside. And then we go out and do flyers, and now we're just taking down all of our fall decor that we had outside. This is going back to the homestead for our goats. So we're gonna go pass out flyers now. Katie's driving. We're gonna drop off some pumpkins by the goats, and then we're gonna come back here and clean up because I promised the girls I would take them all out to dinner. It's becoming a Sunday night tradition. Let's go.
Who hot?
Who hot? Katie and I just did the flyers, and now we're dropping off some carrots, pumpkins, and decor hay that we had at the movie theater. Eat that, it'll help with your eyes. Now share. Hey, you share. Come eat your pumpkins. Do you gotta break it for him?
I don't know how you break it.
Karate chop it.
You karate chop it.
Just jump off of this fence onto it.
No.
What did the gay goat say? Hey! Katie and I just went and smashed some pumpkins. The goats are pretty darn happy. You like your pumpkin? Pumpkin? That goat's name is Pumpkin, and he's eating a pumpkin. I don't know what the other two goats' names are. We've had them for 7 years. Andy and Albert. Goats are gonna have a real fun time with that. There's our outdoor wood burner. Katie, we gotta go do that real quick. Just go right up to it. The outdoor wood burner is going for a couple hours. Let's see. 182. We're at temperature. So now I can turn the thing on in the house. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we can turn the heat on in the house. For the first time since last year. So we made it back in time for the end of the movie, and to help close things down, clean things up, and say goodbye to everyone. This was Ticket to Paradise Weekend 2. It went extraordinarily well, much better than I would have thought. Very happy with that. And next weekend we'll be showing Lyle Lyle Crocodile, a great kids movie that a lot of folks have been asking for, based on a beloved children's book. Now we're going to clean up the theater, and I'm going to take the girls out to eat at Who Hot, one of our favorite restaurants. And this is becoming a weekly Sunday tradition since we have a little bit of an earlier movie on Sunday. So we're going to have some fun and laughs. Come along with. How was it, Jen?
Spicy. It's all vegetarian. It's all vegetarian, and it's low carb. Everything on there.
You know yours.
I had zucchini noodles. This
Why
is
does she
her.
like this?
Look, she's like this. She's like,
I wouldn't do it.
this. On the mouth.
It's her little mustache. She wants to have a mustache like me. She's jealous.
Yeah, I'm a man. Aren't I supposed to have one? Y'all can walk home.
Is that because she ate a piece of tofu? Put her mustache on. Where did Mom go? Did she go out the back door? Bye.